All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Ballmeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
All right, and we got Rob in the booth. Say computer problems are not Corey's fault, Rob.
Computer problems are Corey's fault, Rob.
Thank you so much. I was like, please do that. Just right there with you, Rob.
The one time he deviates, man, just really, really rough. I feel personally. Will you grab that knife out of my back real quick?
We're supposed to get burns in the chat, and Rob is just he's channeling them and just throwing them out.
Jesus, channeling it up over there. All right, Rob will be taking the questions, comments, concerns, burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games. He will have his favorites sent over to us. We're continuing to play some Zendikar Rising action here, and I'm going to be playing a deck that we have not played this card more than like a one of so far, and that's the new Nissa. I played against it a little bit online yesterday and wasn't overly impressed, which I kind of figured.
And we haven't been impressed when we've played with it. I think it's been in 2 of our decks over this last couple weeks, and neither time did either of us come away impressed, so... You know, we'll see if third time's the charm.
We'll see. There is a lot of this deck has a lot of haste threats. It's a hard hitting Golgari deck that splashes white just for Mythros. The black Mythos. Yep. You know, just to kind of kill anything. And then we have some white cards on the sideboard.
That's easy to do. You'd probably want to play Indatha Triome in your Golgari deck anyway.
Exactly. So it's basically free. But, you know, we got Rankle, one of our favorite cards here, and it's just a good beatdown deck. We'll see if it's any good. This is the one deck out of all mine that I'm skeptical if it's actually good. But you know, we'll see.
Well, I'm jealous that you're playing Rankle, and particularly jealous because I am playing a rogue deck.
And no Rankle?
Does not have Rankle.
Okay.
Makes sense. You don't want a super high curve, and we're topping off at Zerath Sand, which is much more powerful in the deck. This one comes from Jerry Thompson, who wrote about rogues as a tribe in his most recent article. You can check that out on StarCityGames.com right now.
And we've tried it a couple other times, but we didn't have the pieces for the first one, so it was just a loose list there. And then we tried a flash side of it, but so far, rogues have not been impressive either.
But if you remember, we came away from that saying, if we want to try rogues again, we want to just be tapping out and casting things. And that's what this version is doing. We're main decking some of that Vampire Nighthawk, 3 of them, the 4th on the sideboard. You know, we're playing good 1-drops and a low curve, and we're playing the Lord, and we're really playing into that mill theme.
And you can mill quickly,
We've got 4 copies of Drown in the lock, so we can play more of a flash game later if we need to. We can hold up a counter spell, which is going to be important against, you know, these ramp strategies, but also as removal against aggro. Pretty easy to get that to 3 or 4 against aggro early, and pretty easy to get it to 8 by the time they're casting their big spells, which is the goal anyway.
My pessimistic look, though, correct me if I'm wrong here, do you think there's any chance a deck like that is going to be actually competitive when Uro still exists? Like, because you're flipping Uro into people's graveyard? That just feels so bad.
That's certainly going to be a problem. And what I've thought, and I would try to incorporate it into this list, is a card I think you want to play is just Cling to Dust.
Ooh.
It would be a cheap cantrip for these decks. It'd be a source of card advantage going along, and it insulates you against hitting your opponent's escape creatures.
Yeah, not bad, except it's not a cantrip.
When you
against
hit the Uro,
escape
but
creatures,
so that's still a tilt, but it's not as big of a tilt, so it's you can deal with it, right? So that's a card that I would look into if that becomes a huge problem.
Okay.
But right now we don't have him. You don't have Uro, so you know, no harm, no foul.
One last funny thing about yesterday, I was playing the Yorian version of Jeskai at the end, and this opponent starts off, and they're just like, "Good game." I thought there was just maybe someone I knew, kind of like spamming the chat or whatever, and turns out he was just the milled rogue deck, and I'm playing an 80 card deck, so he's just like, "No, I actually just can't win." Good times. All right, so we're gonna get to it. Let's battle. I won the first one.
Yep.
So you were
Also, Corey, apparently you've crashed Arena, so why would you do that to people?
Arena's crashed? Yeah, sorry. That's my side project. I've been crashing broadcasts for the last week. I wanted to crash a program now to see if I had what it takes, you know?
Apparently you do.
Wow. Is it really? That's hilarious.
Man. Draws here have not come together.
Okay, good.
So I only have 1 color of mana here, and I don't have a particularly fast draw with just turn 3 Nighthawk Scavenger as my first play, so I will be sending this one back.
I'll keep. It's an interesting hand, but not necessarily super good, but we'll try it. We will try it.
Super good, but we'll try it.
I would also just love a question from our lovely audience, if you got one. Okay. Queue's open. If y'all want a question answered.
All Rob has is burns.
Okay, good. We'll save those for later. Unless they're towards
Yeah,
Ross,
people
then I'll
were
take all of
definitely
them.
burning you for playing Nissa. They said it was all terrible.
Yeah, hey. Let's give it a shot first. But yeah, I tend to agree as well.
Okay.
If it killed a creature in any regard, even like a -5 or a -10 or something, maybe it'd be better. -10, maybe not so much.
I think it's pretty clear that we can put the Agadeem's Awakening on the bottom. We don't need the land, and we'd rather have the spell later on.
Yep.
And I will lead on a swamp.
Okay. I will lead on a Triumph past you.
I will play a Thieves Golden Force on your end step. Mill
Okay.
2.
Mill 2. Bang. Hey, I wanted that
Good thing.
Cobra.
Okay. Play an island and attack for 1.
Okay, I'll take it.
You're 19.
Yep.
You're up.
Okay. I'm just gonna go with this Null Priest of Oblivion and pass to you.
I'm gonna drown and lock that.
Okay. Yep, not bad. Would you like to destroy it or counter it?
Let's counter it.
Dealer's choice? Okay.
Interesting one. Okay, I'm gonna play this pathway as a Murkwater.
Okay.
I will play a Nighthawk Scavenger, have you mill 2.
Okay.
And then get in for another 1.
2.
So it brings you to 18.
Yep.
Then I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
And currently you have Creature and Sorcery.
Yes.
So this is a 3 power.
Correct. Okay, so this is white and green, I would assume.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna want this as green. We didn't have those, so I'm just gonna go.
Is it the climb is white green?
Yeah, and I actually just have all white ones over here. So whatever, this is green. Not actually that card, but this is fine. Now what do I want to do here? You're Dimir deck, so you can counter stuff. So if I want to play something, I should do it now. Yeah, I think we'll just get this out of here. Mithras that, and pass to you.
Okay, well, not the best set of draws, but we do have another Thieves Guild Enforcer, so that'll mill 4.
Okay.
And then I can get in for 3.
Okay.
So that'll bring you to 15.
Yep.
And then I will play a Temple of Deceit.
Okay.
Put that land on the bottom and pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap. Draw. That was a decent draw.
Possibly got a little overzealous with that drown on turn 2. Kind of wishing I just traded an enforcer for it and had the drown this turn for something better.
That's reasonable. All right. So I'm going to start by killing one of these.
That resolves.
And I'm pretty far away. Actually, yeah, let's do this instead. Sorry. I'm going to sack this.
Fable Passage will find a basic.
Duh, that's what the card does.
I mean, you could always see if he notices if you grab something else.
That's true. I'm going to Nissa untap and then kill it.
Thieves Guild Enforcer to the graveyard.
Yep.
So Nissa's on 5.
Yes. 5, yep.
Yeah.
And then kill it. And then pass to you.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Not bad. Too bad my Planeswalker doesn't do anything, though, so it may live, but it's just not that good.
Okay. Well, attack the Nissa.
It's down to 2.
Play a Clearwater Pathway as a blue land. So I have 3 sources of each.
Okay.
This lets me go Petty Theft plus Borrower if I need to.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right. This is kind of cute. All right. I am gonna play this. I'm gonna take 3.
Go to 12.
Yep. And I'm gonna play Elder Gargaroth.
Yep.
And I will untap Swamp, hit you for 3.
I go to 17.
Oh, that's
Yeah, they don't have vigilance.
Yep. Okay. And then pass to you. Well, okay. Elder Gargaroth. Oh, yep. Thank you.
Oh, that changes things.
Haha, get wrecked. Thanks, chat.
Okay, I will attack the Nissa.
This feels like kind of a trap, but yeah, I'll block, and I'm gonna make a 3/3.
Okay.
We don't have any beasts over here. Sorry, Rob, that was my fault. Okay,
thank
you. Yep. Oh, it has death touch.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, that's
That makes sense.
it was not a trap.
Yeah, I'll just let it go down here.
That's just how the card works.
Okay.
We've had a little bit of an awkward draw here. If I'd had the other Agadeem's Awakening that I put on the bottom because of the mulligan, we'd have gotten to 6 and been able to get both of these back. But as is, I can't let the Gargaroth attack cleanly.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy. I'm just going to cast it for 1 on the Enforcer. You mill 4.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play a Windrobber. You mill another 4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
I've got a blocker back, and I can pressure the Nissa. I've got 12 for Corey, 17 for me.
Okay.
I'll pass.
All right. Let's go with I will attack and make a 3/3.
Okay. Can I block?
You can.
Block.
Okay. Second main, I'll tap, untap, pay 6. I'll kick this and bring back Gargaroth.
Really good.
Your go. That card's sick. Card's sick.
Yeah, I shouldn't have drowned on turn 2.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't be in great shape this game, but
yeah,
would be in better shape.
Yeah, this Null Priest is actually just pretty good. I mean, the 2/1 body with Menace and Lifelink is just pretty decent, and then 6 mana, it's just insane. Especially when you're milling me and I get to choose between anything, but...
Okay. Oh, yeah, that tramples for 4.
Yeah, you take
so
5. Right?
It's a 3/2.
Oh, 3/2, yeah.
So I'm at 13.
Yep.
So attack the Nissa down.
It's a 1, right?
Yeah,
okay.
it's only 1. And I need to find something, so let's draw a card.
Okay.
That is not something. And I do have a drown for the Gargaroth.
Okay.
So
let me count, make sure. 1, 2, 3. Yep, you got enough.
Okay, and then Swamp Go.
Okay. That out of there. Let's see. What do we want to do now? So many good options. Let's start with a Rankle. Let's untap this, and we'll get in there with everything.
I will block the beast too.
Okay, take 6, 7, 8. I gain 2.
I go to 5. You go to 14.
Yep. And then let's each draw
4 to 13.
Yep, that's it. And pass to you.
Oh, best her off. 2 Mind Carvers.
All right.
I'm dead.
All right, Gruel Beatdowns. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, and even in a game where your Nissa came down and did a lot of things, it still wasn't super impressive.
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, it actually, that game, it was good, because you focused your attacks multiple times on it.
But if I had attacked you, I wouldn't have killed you.
Yeah, exactly. But it did distract your attackers enough. It dealt 6 damage.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's it.
It did some okay stuff, but that was the best we've seen Nissa be. Yeah, it's like, okay, Nissa was fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it seems like Planeswalkers, I always felt like they should just be these kind of niche role players. And that's what this card feels. It's not a busted Planeswalker like Chandra at that converted mana cost or something, which I think is a better direction to lean in. But yeah, I do not think it's great. And like, I compare that to like the new Narset in the Jeskai deck, and it's just so much, it's night and day with how much more powerful Narset is compared to this, you know?
Yeah.
Just the template of killing something, untapping, or, you know, ticking up, doing something cool, and then an ultimate that wins the game. That template for Planeswalkers is just so good. And this Nissa definitely breaks the mold, needless to say, but it breaks it in a very, not as exciting way.
Yeah. Biggest thing for me is I need to be a little bit more selective with how I'm using my interaction. I don't have a ton of it. I need to be stopping the best things.
Yep.
And hopefully hit some Zero stands, because I think that's the powerful payoff here.
Oh, that's the 4/4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring back a Gargaroth, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, no kidding. We've played rogues a lot, and we just haven't drawn the card. Like it's as weird as it is. We've been seeing rogues not look that great because we haven't drawn the payoff. And when you just draw the 1 drops and the 2 drops that are attack for 3 or whatever, it just doesn't look great.
Agreed.
All right, let's try this again.
Too many equipment again.
Yeah, okay. You're just on that all equipment grind, huh?
I do think these equipment that attach when they enter the battlefield are good.
Yep.
But equipment do have high diminishing returns. You need a threat to go along with them. If you only have 1 creature and 2 equipment, your opponent kills the creature, the equipment immediately become bad.
I totally agree.
So you've got to manage that. So 4 Mind Carver, probably too many.
Okay.
And yeah, this hand's just got to go back again.
Alrighty, I'm going to keep. My hand's not very good, though, but, classic Corey keep. And do we got any classic Twitch chat questions?
Yeah, so they asked what you thought about the Clippers, Ross.
What do I think about the Clippers? I think that everyone...
No, hair clippers. They're saying you need a haircut.
I own a pair, don't worry. I think everybody tends to be very reactionary when it comes to playoff results in basically any sport. Because, everyone's watching them. There's such a huge spotlight on these playoff games.
A lot of pressure for them, that's for sure.
Yeah, there were some issues with the Clippers roster, the way it was constructed this year, and apparently some chemistry issues behind the scenes. But, they're still talented. They're still really good. The whole... it's just ridiculous to me that, last year the Raptors won and Kawhi is, the best player in the world. And this year the Clippers lose in the second round and Kawhi is somehow a bum. And, the answer's obviously in between. What would you have said if they lost in overtime to Philly in Game 7 last year because that ridiculous shot that bounced off the rim 3 times didn't go in?
Make sure to up that rant counter there.
I was going to say, now, how do you feel about Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic?
Oh my God.
I've been saying Nikola Jokic is really good for a long time.
Stop feeding the beast.
So I'm there with that.
Look, this is what the people want to see.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just sit back then. I'll let the
thing
show take over.
All the offensive explosions, especially in that first series with Utah and Denver, with Mitchell and Murray, I'm taking I'll believe it when I see it with fans in the stands. So if both of them could do things like that next season, when presumably we'll have some fans there, I'll start believing it.
Man, next season, you think there's going to be fans? I think there's a higher chance of just this crowds being filled with actual fans than actual human fans.
I think they'll do something like the NFL is doing now, where they're reduced capacity.
Yeah, only 2 stadiums are doing that, actually. But
I don't think they're going to bubble again entirely, because they would have to do it for such a longer period of time. The players wouldn't want to do it. So,
all right, let's play Magic.
Yeah. So I'll believe those offensive outputs when I see them again in under normalized conditions.
All right, so you're on the mulligan.
Damn, that's not fair.
Is it a better hand
now? I can't believe
now?
you remembered that.
Yeah, you were trying to rant long enough to just think that was your opener?
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it. It's not very good.
Okay.
I'll play a Swamp Pass.
All right, I got to try them and I'll pass to you.
I'll play a Swamp and Pass.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. The other side is Boulder. Is that just green?
It's green-white.
Green-white. Okay, I'll keep it green.
The green-black we don't have yet, so
that's not a thing.
Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
Your green ones are always going to be white.
Cobra, and I'll pass to you. Everybody's favorite little snake.
I will play a 1/3 Nighthawk Scavenger.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, I will. Don't have a great follow-up either, but if you do have that silly card, I do not want that to happen. So I will play this, Tangle Vine. I'll add black, sure, doesn't matter. Mythros this, and attack for 2.
Yeah, I'm at 18.
Your go.
And there you really just saw the... hold on. We got another Scavenger.
Okay.
We'll wait on that comment.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, this was definitely something else. That's not a sanctuary. We did not have that. So this is the pathway, the green-white one. I still just do not need green, so whatever. I guess I'll put that right back. But
you said you don't need.
I do need the green. I don't want the white side, so I'll play that. I will add a. Yeah, this is interesting. What do I want? Yeah, let's just go with green and play Gargaroth. Here we go.
Yeah, and you've seen me really just get maximally punished for having Blood Chief Source be a sorcerer.
Oh yeah. Yep.
For an instant, I was able to kill the Cobra with 2 mana up on my end
step. And then untap, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to Mythos with a tap land.
Yeah, and my hand was really relying on the beginning there for that's for sure.
And now, feels like I have to hold the Thirst even longer to deal with this Gargaroth. So I do have the Scavenger.
Yep.
So, let's try there.
Okay.
And I think I have to keep that on top.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right. I will draw. Now let's go with Nissa.
Yep.
I will tick up on one of these greens. Declare attack.
Yep.
I will attack with these two and draw a card.
I will take 9, go to 9.
Okay, and I'll pass to you.
I will pick Blood Chief's Thirst on the Gargaroth.
I think it's 4, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just destroy any. Yeah. I thought it was 4 or less, but yeah, never mind. Okay, you got it.
It's not that close to Fatal Push.
Okay, gotcha.
Then I have a Merfolk Wind Robber.
Okay.
And I will attack the Nissa for 3.
2, right?
You have 2 different types.
Oh,
and
it is plus 1. Yep. Okay. Yep.
So, and then I gain 3, go to 12.
Okay. Pretty good turn.
It is a 3-power creature. Will represent that thusly.
Okay. Oh, that was a good draw. Still not hitting lands though, which is brutal.
A land drop will mean that the Scavenger threatens to kill Nissa next turn, which is good.
Yeah. So let's go with. All right.
You juked me.
I did juke you. Yeah, I think it's just still more important to just kill this. So I'm gonna kick this. Is it? No, that actually seems kind of bad. I take that back. I am going to kill that. I am going to.
So that's another.
Yep.
Type.
Then I'm gonna Scavenging Ooze. I'm gonna untap this and get in there for 5.
I will go to 7.
Does the thing target when you return a thing?
Zareth Sand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. All right. So I can ooze in response to the target. That's all I was making chat. Okay, go ahead. Oh, sorry. That was your dice. My bad.
Okay. I will destroy the Skoos. So even if you remove a creature, the ground will still get it.
Yeah, I am going to remove mine here. So I'll gain 1.
Brings you to 21.
Yep.
I am then going to play a Soaring Thought Thief.
Okay.
And attack Nissa, you mill 2 because of the.
Okay.
So now we have land, creature, instant sorcery. So it's a 5.
And
so
now it's going to be 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's a 6 power. I gained 5 on the attack. I go to 12.
Yep.
So 12 to 21. And you have how many cards in graveyard now? 6.
Yep.
Okay. So as long as nothing else happens.
Yeah, you're doing things now. I hate it.
You have a lot of cards in hand, and I've only got 1.
Yeah, I just cannot draw a land, though, to save my life. But, all right, let's kill that. Pass to you.
Okay. I will attack you, Mill 2.
Mm-hmm.
I assume no blocks.
Yep. Uh-oh.
We have the Zereth Sand. Fortunately, can't get a Gargaroth.
Yeah, but you can get any creature,
I can get
right?
any permanent. I could get Nissa if I wanted to.
Okay.
So the question is, do I want Nissa or do I want Rankled? Those are definitely the two best options.
Okay.
Nissa will let me recast the Soaring Thought Thief, but I do have something else to cast here anyway. I actually think the Rankle is better.
Yeah, seems
Yeah,
right.
I'm going to take the Rankle and play a Merfolk Wind Robber.
Okay.
And you now have 8 cards still, so in case something crazy happens, I can draw a card.
Okay.
I'll pass the turn.
All right. That feels bad. I'm in trouble.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad. Okay. At least I drew a land finally.
Now we're going to get to do some things. I really do think these rogue decks are basically Zereth Standard bust. It's the only card in them that has felt really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have some okay aggressive draws outside of that, and that's fine support, but it's the card that really can win a game.
Agreed. So I'm going to play this. I'm going to take 3.
So Agadim, you go to 18.
Yep. And then I'll add green.
We're going to have 5 mana.
And then just play Gargaroth.
Yeah.
Pass to you.
That's...
You just need to brick that Zereth, yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but Rankle is loose. The old Frankie.
It bricks Rankle, too.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask Reach. Oh, okay, never mind. Of course, why wouldn't that green creature have everything?
Yeah. I bricked everything.
Yeah.
Zereth Sand does not even have flying, so if I attack with Zereth and Rankle, you could just double block the Zereth with Cobra, eat Rankle with Gargaroth.
Yep.
Draw a card and be very far ahead.
Okay.
So I think I just have to try to find a removal spell. So let's draw a card.
Okay.
That is not a removal spell.
Okay.
I've got another Wind Robber.
All right.
Draw a card.
All right.
Okay, it's not the worst, but it's not very good.
Okay.
And I will play Nighthawk Scavenger.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So you have land, a planeswalker, sorcery, creature, instant.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a 6 power creature.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's huge.
I'll pass the turn.
All right. Not ideal. Now the question is, do I want to get in there with Gargaroth and see if you want to double block? Adds for some really blowout situations if I have the goods. Let's see.
In hindsight, I think I would have preferred getting a Nissa back. It could have rebought a Scavenger as well.
Oh yeah, you could just.
But that wouldn't have been significantly better.
Yeah. Not too much. Well, I kind of think I only have one real good play here, and it's just the defensive Rankle.
Okay.
I'll pass to you.
Well, you knew this was the last card of my hand, so.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Play that.
Right. Okay.
So all my rogues get +1/+0.
Okay.
Yeah, which is all of them, even includes itself. This is now a 2/3.
Okay.
I'll find something good.
Yeah, I'm very vulnerable to just losing Gargaroth.
Yeah. And I can't really attack with the Scavenger.
Yep. I mean, you can't. Rankle's going to be going so fast in front of it.
Pass the turn.
All right. I keep drawing this stupid card. Yeah, I think I'm kind of in the same boat of just hold up until I get a removal spell. First one to get a removal spell is probably going to win this game.
Yeah.
All right, but I do have a Scavenging Ooze.
Pretty good.
Yeah. And I think that's all I want to do, and I'll pass to you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Drew this card a turn after it was relevant.
Yep, nice.
Okay, I'll pass back.
All right, I'm going to eat 3 of your creatures.
Do you want to leave me with a Scavenger or a Wind Robber?
Actually, I'll eat 2 of your creatures. You can't really return anything, can you?
I have Agadim's Awakening in my deck.
Oh, okay.
I have 3 Wind Robbers and 2 Scavengers in my graveyard for free.
Take the scavengers.
Okay.
Leave all the wind robbers. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'll take my own scavenging ooze. So gain 3.
Brings you to 21.
Yep. Untap.
That importantly gets Corey down to 7 cards in graveyards. So now the Soaring Thought Thief is turned off. For now, at least.
Forgot about that. Okay. So I'm going to start with a cycle.
Now you have 8 again. Back on.
Back on. Okay, not a bad draw.
So do you not have any? You don't have any creatures now. So this does shrink the Scavenger.
Okay.
It's now 5 power by itself, but 6 power because of the Soaring Thought Thief.
Yep. Now I think I kind of want to get in there with Scavenging Ooze. I don't really care any of the things that you would block it with. You trade Scavenger, I'm pretty cool with that. So yeah, I'll attack.
Okay, I will block the Scavenger.
Okay. Yeah, I'll eat 2 of your creatures.
You're going to go to 23?
Yep.
Hold on. I'm going to Malachir Rebirth the Scavenger.
Oh, so it just comes back?
Yep. So I'm going to go to 10 from the Rebirth, and then I'm going to gain 6, go to 16 from combat, and then it will come back down.
All right. I'm up to 23, and then I'll pass to you. That was lame.
So 23 to 16. Yeah, thanks for making that card relevant.
Yeah, dang it. Dang it.
I'm at 16. I went down to 10 from the Rebirth, which makes me lose 2 life, and then gain 6 in combat.
Okay.
I agree. Shallow and pedantic.
Yes. It's been a good game.
Yeah, it has. Do I have a good attack here? Go up there, walk there. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I can't really do anything. Pass the turn.
All right. Untap.
I'm going to play this one.
Okay. Draw. 1. Now do I have an interesting, or do I have an attack? That is thy question. 16, huh? Okay. All right. I am. This could be wrong. I think I'm gonna try it. Going to Thirst the Scavenger. And then yeah, then I'll attack with these 2. Draw a card.
Draw's fine. And they will make the appropriate block.
Okay. I will order. So here's the thing. I think I actually want to kill this because I can block this, and if you have another one, then the train wreck situation, it's quite bad. So yeah, I'm gonna order this first. Okay. And then I will pass to you. That didn't work out as well as I thought. Oh, that wrinkles mine.
Okay. Well, I will attack for 4.
I'll double block.
They trade.
Yep.
And I will cast this incredible top deck for X equals 3,
Oh my
returning
God.
Wind Robber, Scavenger, and Soaring Thought Thief.
Okay. Wow. All right.
You can go. God, that's so much better than a land.
Yeah, that was better than a land. Draw. I needed a good draw, but I didn't get one.
We still have land, instant creature, sorcery, planeswalker.
Yep.
So 6 power.
Okay, I will. Jeez, that's so good.
If I had one more land, I would have also got Zerath Sand back.
Yeah, unreal. Okay, I'll play these. Get 3 counters on this, and I'll pass to you. Yeah, I screwed that up.
Okay, ooh, that's a cool one. I will play another Soaring Thought Thief.
Okay.
So now this is 6 by itself, plus 2 is 8. This is a 3, and this is a 3.
Okay.
So this is an attack for 14. You mill 2.
Okay. 1, 2.
Okay, you have no blocks. I will Zerath Sand the Wind Robbers.
I'm dead. Leave me alone.
So it's actually an attack for 17. You go to 6, and I'll get a Gargoyle.
All right, that's fair. So I was trying to set up. All I needed was a land, and I would have been able to do this if I would have drawn one. I was thinking maybe you would leave Rankle unblocked, so I would have 2 draws at trying to hit a land with the 2 Cobras to bring something back. But instead, I bricked again on land, and I just think I should have left everything back and just kept waiting. But
yeah, those blocks are pretty good for me. I was actually upset that you figured out you wanted to kill the flyer. I thought you would just snap kill the Zerath Sand. Zerath Sand, because I had the second Zerath in my hand.
Yeah.
So if you kill the Zerath Sand and leave me with the flyer, I just get to get the Gargoyle back immediately.
Yeah, I figured that was the only train wreck situation, but I guess the black mythic there was also a train wreck situation. Was that game 1 or 2?
That was game 2.
That was game 2. Okay.
I also really... I blocked the Rankle because I only had the 1 card in hand as the other Zerath Sand. I really didn't want you to have it discarded, and I thought you would because you had you probably had something you wanted to discard.
I had like Agonizing Remorse and stuff. So I was going to discard Draw to kind of clean slate. So I thought that was going to work better, but I didn't know.
Agonizing's Awakening there was...
real good. Yeah. And honestly, it would have been really good for me as well, but I just had to play the land.
Yeah, I set you up. You would have gotten 2 or 3 creatures back.
Exactly. So, all right, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with sideboarding between these 2 decks. We'll see you soon. All right, welcome to sideboarding here on Versus Live between Golgari Beatdowns versus Dimir Rogues. Not too much on my side. When we start, sideboards, of course, are not super great. And none of these really strike my fancies, so I'm just going to bring in 1 Apex of Death. It's more memey than anything, but if it happens, it is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
and just taking on
me stocking your graveyard.
Exactly. So small changes for me here.
On my side, I'm bringing in a couple extra removal spells. You could argue to bring in the other Bloodchief's Thirst as well, but I don't want too many removal spells. Okay. And Heartless Act is a nice instant that deals cleanly with Gargaroth, which has been the most problematic creature from your side.
Yeah.
And Lull Mage's domination can just be game breaking.
Yeah.
X blue gain control of a creature with CMC X or less, and it costs 3 less if you have 8 cards in your graveyard.
Wow, okay.
So it can take...
awesome.
If you have a full graveyard, it can take a Gargaroth for 5 mana.
Yeah.
You play 5 for Gargaroth, I have 5 mana to take.
And yeah, this is a matchup where it's not easily bounced or anything like that. I'll just have to straight kill my creature.
Yeah, it's just a straight 2 for 1.
No, that card's... I'm super glad you only have 1 of those.
Yeah. Bringing in my Jaces, I want sources of card advantage. Yep. You saw that game was decided by that top decked Agadeem's Awakening. I want more things to do that. Corey has some ways to pressure Jace, especially early Cobra. Hopefully I can remove those or just trade with my creatures and defend Jace that way.
Or Nissa.
That's
the only good thing that Nissa's good at is Planeswalker killing, you know? Yeah.
So that'll be something to watch out for, but I think Jace will be good. Bringing in the other Scavenger because it's a creature that matches up better in combat.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting the Mind Carvers, you have removal, you have blockers. We're not this is better against the pure ramp decks where you can really just race. You just spend 1 mana and give +3/+1 to a creature and get really aggressive. That's not what this matchup's going to be about. We cut those. Trim 1 Windrobber is just one of the weaker creatures in the deck post board. And I'm going to trim a land on the draw. I really think that we're going to play some attrition games, and I can afford to do it because you have these land spells that can just, give you more lands anyway.
I like it. Okay, perfect. So game 3 here. If I take this down, I can finally get those marbles back over here. Or you got a nice comeback to make here.
Yeah, we played some good matches over these last couple weeks.
Yeah, these
need Jerry to come through for me here.
Yeah, these this match has been great so far though. Maybe 2 decks that I don't even think are going to be that good. But against each other, they've been some really interesting interactions, and we'll see. Maybe they'll surprise me.
These to me seem like scissors deck.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean the rock of the format is going to be these really powerful ramp decks.
Yeah.
And the paper, the decks that are designed to beat rock, are going to be these hyper interactive decks.
Yeah.
That just crush the ramp decks. these decks have enough interaction to play against those good interactive decks, but also pressure them.
Yeah.
So these seem like decks that they might not be good on week 1. These are decks that I'm going to keep my eye on as maybe becoming well positioned as people react to the ramp.
Yeah, I like that because you think about like both of these decks have a decent amount of removal, and up against ramp decks, you just cannot be 1-for-1ing them.
Yeah.
Because they gain so much value, you have to be doing some other way to win. I mean, like Jeskai control kind of things, going really, really under them with some fast party decks or something. That's what I'm going to look to beat those decks to start. So.
Well, I remember on Tuesday we had the Selesnya counters deck and the Boros warrior deck. Both look good as far as aggro strategies are concerned.
Yep.
Neither really plays a lot of interaction, just really straightforward beatdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So those could definitely be good. And the Boros deck even beat a control deck because the equipment gave it some staying power as well.
Yeah. Oh, this hand's so
I don't
clunky.
think I've looked at a hand with a blue source in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my hand's too bad, too. It's just way too clunky.
Mine's 2 swamps and 4 blue cards.
All right. A nice double mull here. Rob, you got a question for us at all?
Yeah, people want to know if you think this Dimir Rogue deck could be like transported to Pioneer. Do you think getting cards like Thoughtseize and Gleensleeve Siphon are big enough?
And you get Fatal Push instead of the first. So
the question is, is it worth really downgrading your creatures overall to play some of the blue cards? I would compare it to mono black.
Right?
So it's got some big shoes to fill. I don't really see the tribal payoffs being worthwhile.
Nope.
I actually am more interested in it in historic because one of the cards that was secretly added during, one of the many weird ways cards get added to that format was Una's Blackguard, which is a colorless and a black for a 1/1 flying rogue. It says all rogues you control enter the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on them, other rogues. And anytime a creature with a +1/+1 counter that you control deals combat damage to a player, they discard a card.
Okay. Wow.
So you can start really pressuring them that way. That's a powerful card.
That is powerful.
That just hasn't really had rogues around it to be good.
I like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, ideally you would have it with other creatures with +1/+1 counters. Like you could go turn 1 Stonecrawler Serpent, turn 2 Una's Blackguard, and start going to town.
Yeah.
But that's a card that I think is pretty powerful and could work really well in a rogue tribal deck.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, looking at...
Just make him discard that Muctus.
Yeah, there you go. All right, looking at this, I have a pretty easy bottom here. This redundant copy of this.
Would you call it a smooth bottom?
A smooth, sure, why not?
Okay, mine's a little bit tougher. It's got to be one of these cards. I guess actually it could also be this, seeing as I can't cast it yet.
Okay.
This gives me, the ability to curve out. It gives me some interaction. Yeah, actually, I've convinced myself. We'll put the Scavenger on the bottom.
I will play Passage and pass to you.
After a bunch of hands that only had black mana, I have a hand with only 1 black mana.
All right.
So I'll start on a Temple.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that is definitely a worthwhile card for the way this hand's playing out.
Excellent. I will untap. I will draw a magical card. And not a terrible draw, and I will play this Tangled Floorhedron. This is like the first time I've ever cast this card, to be honest. I've been very unimpressed with this so far.
I've got an island and a passive.
Okay.
I bet you're going to be impressed with it this game. Always nice to untap with your turn 2 mana creature.
That is true.
And Nissa, untap, attack you.
Not quite that. But I do have a Rankle.
That is pretty good.
I will attack.
Yeah, I'll petty theft it.
Okay. I will pass to you.
This does mean we're going to have Borrower up this turn to threaten to trade. Play an island and pass the turn.
Yep, that makes sense. That's not exactly the greatest of trades. What do we want to do here? Yeah, I'm just gonna play this.
Grakmaw.
Yeah, and just pass to you.
Okay, I'll play the Borrower on your instep.
Okay.
Not what we wanted to see. Okay, attack for 3.
Okay, I'll take it.
Brings you to 17.
Yep.
And I will pass the turn.
All right. Well, I could just play the Rankle. You know about it, so I'm sure you have somewhat of a plan for it, but my other options aren't great. So yeah, we'll jam.
Rankle resolved.
Attack?
Yep.
Get in there.
I will petty theft Rankle.
Looks familiar. Take 3.
Take 3 brings me to 17.
Your go.
On your end step, I have Thieves Guild Enforcer. You'll mill 2.
Okay. You. And it only has death touch when you have it.
8,
okay, that makes sense.
Attack for 4.
All right, I'm at 13.
Pass the turn.
Oh, yeah, you're doing a nice tempo job here.
Did you missed a land drop there?
I've missed multiple.
Yeah, no, you're good. After playing some grindier games here, and now we got like a old tempo draw. Maybe my problem was just not drawing Brazen Borrower.
Yeah.
Usually a problem. That card's busted.
Yeah, Brazen Borrower is quite good.
One of my favorite cards printed in the last 5 years.
Agreed. Okay, I'm gonna attack for 3.
I'm a 14.
Now I'm gonna play a Lotus Cobra.
That's fine.
And a Scavenging Ooze.
Hmm. 3 cards in your graveyard?
Correct.
Mana's been pretty awkward this game. I'm going to try to plan out this turn. You have 4 in hand still?
Yep. You know Rankle is one of them.
Missing land drops, but you might have drawn one. You're just waiting to play it. Maybe play a tapped land and just get a green and exile a creature.
I'm at 13 to 14. Yep.
Yeah, I think this is worth it. I'm going to counter the Scavenging Ooze.
Okay. And I'll pass to you.
They didn't have the land, but that's fine. And I will attack for 4.
I'll block. Oh, I mill, right?
Hmm.
When you attack, right?
No, that's when I have the answer.
Oh, okay. I think I still want to block. Maybe not. Yeah, I'll block.
Okay. I'm still going to play this Enforcer before damage, so you mill 4.
Okay.
And that'll get them big. It'll still trade, but it gets me that extra
Yeah,
mill.
sure. Okay, I get a counter on this?
Is that what happens?
Whenever it dies. Whenever a creature dies, yeah.
I thought it was a creature. No, if the creature had a +1/+1 counter on it, yeah.
Oh.
It's other creatures with counters when they die.
Oh, that's way worse.
You're taking 3, brings you to 10.
Yeah, I think I still want to do that, but sure.
And I have a swamp and a pass of the turn.
Okay. All right. I will cast a Cobra.
Resolve.
I will put this into play, add black, and Bloodthirst this.
That's fine. You have 2 in hand, and I know one of them is Rankle.
Yep.
Guess I might as well mill you for 2. So yeah, I'll play Borrower in response and mill you for 2.
Okay.
1. Then this dies.
2. I'll attack for 3.
I go to 11.
Okay, and then I'll play this and pass to you.
Oh. You have an attack for 8 right now.
Yep.
With Rankle is 11. Convenient. Let's play this Temple and Scry.
Okay.
Do not need another land. I will play Soaring Thought Thief.
Okay.
Attack for 8, you mill 2.
Okay. I'm down to 2.
You needed 2. And pass the turn.
I have a feeling I'm dead.
Yeah, I have a blocker. I had the borrowers this game. You were missing land drops. I was able to do. This is what Rogues wants to be doing. It wants to be a tempo deck, but I wasn't really able to do it in the first couple games, mainly because, in part because of my draws. But this game, your draw didn't cooperate, which made it really easy.
Yeah, on board.
I have another borrower.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't even need anything. I just couldn't even push through here.
Yeah, you can gain 2 life and go to 4, and
this just felt like such a mopey aggro deck. That's just like it's like not quite doing the mid range thing, just not quite doing the aggro thing. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, but it looked okay at times.
Yeah, there are some cards that are doing cool stuff. I think Grakmaw is a pretty good card. Just it's a 3 and a. Just by itself, it's a 3-mana 3/3 that creates a 3/3 when it dies.
Yeah.
So inherent card advantage. Now the other aspect of it, can be cool if you play it with the right shell, but it's a fine standalone card. The issue is, again, we have all these ramp decks you have to worry about.
Yeah.
And this deck isn't, it's sacrificing some of its clock in order to be a little interactive, and that really hurts you in the ramp matchup.
Yep, and the fact that this is a deck that runs out of steam in a format where people aren't running out of steam. This is like a deck that seems completely reasonable in the traditional Magic that we've been playing. Pre all this ridiculous Krasis, Nissa, snowbally Magic that has been kind of the direction of Magic these days. And this just doesn't hold up in power level, in my opinion, as well as these ramp decks do. The Bant on that deck I'm going to play next round, we're just going to see the power and how the engine keeps rolling all the time, and you just don't have that here, But
if you're playing against, a standard control deck, now Nissa looks a lot better, Rankle looks a lot better, Grakmaw looks a lot better.
Yeah, true.
So that's the kind of stuff that, and you get discard spells in your sideboard and other stuff. You have a lot of cheap removal and cheap creatures against aggro. Grakmaw is the kind of card that wants to play against the extremes of the metagame. You want to play against a hyper control deck or hyper aggro deck.
Sure.
It's going to be great against both.
Yeah, they just attack a mono red deck attacks a 3-power creature into this. You're like, block.
Even an Annex, you're like, I'll trade with an Annex.
Yeah.
You get 1 or 2 satyrs, I get a 3/3. Let's go. So this deck needs a really specific metagame in order to perform well. And you saw it be competitive in this matchup, and this is another aggro deck, and you're just in Cooperate Game 3. But it's not going to be competitive against Omnath.
I don't think so, yep. And that's the problem, is you're going to play against those style of Lotus Cobra decks a lot in a tournament, at least week 1, until we figure out if anything beats it. And week 1, this just isn't doing powerful enough things in a standard format that looks pretty degenerate already with only 5 sets, so...
This deck, I think, has a little bit more potential to do that.
Agree,
Drown in the Lock helps a lot. You've got some cheap removal. You've got petty theft. So you've got things to keep them off balance.
Yeah.
But it really is Zerath San. And I think there's 3 copies in this list. Can you confirm that, Rob?
Yeah, and
there's 4? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be tempted to play 3 because it's a legend.
Play 4.
It's the best card of the deck.
Yeah, 100%.
Not even close. And you should be playing as many flyers as you can to aid this card as well. I don't want to be playing ground rogues, even if they look kind of good.
But I love the sequence of just petty theft into Brazen Bar into Zerath. It just seems awesome. I mean, if you can get some mill mixed in there as well, so you can actually have targets. I guess you have to, otherwise it's not good.
Yeah. So you really want to start on like Thieves Guild Enforcer or the other 1-drop flyer that mills them for 1 when it connects.
Yeah, starting with Enforcer into the 2-drop that mills when the rogues attack. Into Bounce, into Zerath, you probably have a good target. Now, that's going to be based on the deck you're playing against, too. If they just don't have any creatures, it's a lot worse. Or wait, it returns anything. Yeah, what am I
returns
thinking?
any permanent.
Yeah,
you can even take a land, if that's relevant. The card is very, very flexible. So
I like it.
This one seemed closer than that.
Agreed.
The Vampire, the Nighthawk Scavenger, this is a good card. Tapping out for it for 3 mana was a little awkward. Yeah. And also playing it next to Brazen Borrower stresses your mana.
Yeah.
So the deck doesn't have a great mana.
But you put that up against an aggro deck. Put that up against mono red. That's a card that just auto wins, but you put it up against, the deck I played in the first round or the deck I'm playing in the third round. both contain ECDs, both contains planeswalkers. Like then I love to see that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it feels more like a sideboard card to me. Then
it seemed like a busted card to me right away, but I'm tending to agree after playing. I think it seems just like the best anti-aggro sideboard card.
Yeah. So that's where I am on that card. I think this deck is close. It's on the right track for rogues. It's a somewhat underpowered deck, so there's going to be a ceiling on how good this deck can be. Yeah. But the synergies are nice. I think Drown in the Lock is really important. Being able to kill something or counter their big spell when you get your synergies going. That's an actual real payoff. And Zareth Sand. So those are the two cards that I want to build around. I want 4 of each for sure. I want my cheap rogues. I want them to fly for Zareth Sand and go from there.
I like it. Okay, well, that's going to do it for round number 2. Round number 3, we're going to play, at least I'm going to play a deck that basically has no ceiling. And honestly, there's one deck that we want to bring you that we just didn't really know about. We knew kind of lists in the general direction it was heading, but I think the best deck I've seen so far, we haven't necessarily played yet, and it's just Omnath Cobra Genesis Ultimatum Shenanigans, which we'll be bringing Tuesday for anybody who has not seen this deck in action.
I did play an Omnath Genesis Ultimatum Cobra deck.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, I built one.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, maybe I built like a rough copy as well, but
I don't think yours had multiple ultimatums. Yours had Jeskai but not as many of the Teamer ones, I think.
No, it had just Genesis, but that was week 1 where we just got Omnath, and we didn't have the rest of the
mine
tools.
was also week 2, so also fewer of the tools. So
we'll see it a little bit more busted,
fully fleshed out. But it's interesting that you say that your deck has no ceiling, because as far as I'm aware, it's the party decks that raise the roof.
Oh, wow, nice. When Ross is making the
versus live is now canceled.
Yeah. When Ross is making the pun, it's time to head to a commercial break. So we're going to take a short 7-minute break. We're going to get those puns out of his system, and we're going to bring you the final match here for the marbles. Do not go anywhere. See you soon.